Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, I will be reviewing MAFEX The Riddler, which is their latest addition to their Batman Hush line of action figures. Let's start with the packaging. So at the front of the box, there's this huge window, so at least you'll be able to see what is inside and check if there's any defect of the in the action figure that you're buying. Then there's this huge Batman Hush name, then a picture of the action figure, and then the name the Riddler Batman Hush version. On the side, it says Batman Hush, and you'll see a picture of the whole action figure, and then you'll be able to see the number of this figure in the whole Mapex line, which is number 228. At the back, some promo pic of the action figure that they use in marketing it. At the side, Batman Hush, and then again, picture of the action figure. Same thing at the top. Then some legalese in the bottom. So let's crack this thing open and see if Mapex did justice to this character in action figure form. Out of the box, you can see that he comes with more alternate hands than Scarecrow, so a total of six alternate hands plus that those pair of hands that is already on him out of the box. And then he comes with the cane, which I guess is the trademark weapon of the Riddler. Then they gave him some diorama stuff that you can use for, guess this is like a bag of cash and some money. And then he has an alternate head. So that's like a neutral head, and this is more like a smiling head. Again, nothing much when it comes to accessories, but I guess this is not the fault of Mapex in this on this one because the character doesn't really have that much to go on to when it comes to accessories. Because when it comes to Riddler, I think all he needs is the cane. So it's a good thing that they at least added some diorama accessories, which is the bag of cash and some cash. Just giving you a much more close-up look at the two alternate heads. Yeah, I think they got the look of the Riddler when it comes to his Hush Batman Hush design, especially this one wherein he's like smiling maniacally. Yeah, I like this one. The back. As for the bag of money, nothing much to say on this one, but yeah, I guess it is a good diorama piece. And then I guess on the case of this one, there's some details there, but at the back there isn't really any. The cane has a pretty simple design. As for the alternate hands, I will no longer bore you by showing them individually. So here they all are. Now let's take a closer look at the main figure. I was actually thinking of canceling my pre-order on this one because of the recent MAFEX increase in prices. So I decided that I'll just be choosy. But I think it's a good thing that I did not cancel because I was actually under the impression that this is going to be a boring figure. But having him on hand now, I think I made the correct decision to go on with it. Anyway, this is the Hush design, and I really like to complete the Hush action figure Mafex because I was actually under the impression that it will be just a guy in a suit. Well, he is basically a guy in a suit, but some wrinkled design were given on the clothing, which at least makes the figure interesting. There are also some subtle violet sculpted details on it, which again at least makes the figure interesting. I also noticed that when I think of Riddler, I imagine him being full of question mark, but in the case of this one, it's only a subtle question mark on his necktie, which is actually why I thought that this is gonna be a boring character because it's basically just gonna be a guy in a suit. But as again, having him on hand, I think I think it's a pretty well made figure. Let's first have a look at the head. So he has both articulation on there and also the neck. So the neck is also articulated, so you can look down that much. But somehow we cannot look up. I think this is on the way. Can you look side to side? Well, side to side is okay. Then that. Now, when it comes to the hands, he does have this articulation here, so giving him more range uh to put his hands on the front. Wait, yeah, that, but on the front, yeah, but nothing on the back. So that is the range. And then double jointed elbow and double pegged arms. I don't think he has any because of the design that is on the suit. It doesn't have any abdominal cut. So yeah, I don't think there's any articulation there. But on the waist joint, he has waist articulation. Then this is hard plastic, so I'm thinking it is gonna be on the way of the articulation. Does it have a drop down? Yeah, it does have a drop down, but yeah, as I thought that will be on the way. I'm under the impression that the character of the Riddler is not really uh Doesn't really need to be that gym. He's basically not a gymnast that he has to be in this incredible lot of incredible poses. So yeah, I think this is good enough. Whoa, wait, the leg popped up. Let me just look for that. Okay, since the leg popped up, might as well have a look at this. So there's this peg is actually not a separate peg. It's actually part of the. It is actually molded together with the leg, so that doesn't move. And then there's the connection. I guess that's why it easily popped up because nah, wait. Let me just put it more. Yeah, so I guess when it comes to this, articulation is like that. He has that articulation, but when it comes to side, well, I guess it works forward and yeah. I guess range wise, no, not that much. And then when it comes to the leg joint, I think this is just a one single joint. But again, I guess this is not really that much. This character is not really well known for his agility, so I guess articulation wise, range wise, that is enough. Well, unless if he is Jim Carrey, the we all know how agile Jim Carrey is. When he was playing the Riddler in Batman Forever, one of my favorite roles that Jim Carrey did. To be honest, when I first watched Batman Forever and I saw Jim Carrey, being a fan of Jim Carrey, at first I was actually a little. I found that Jim Carrey was a little overacting. I'm like thinking that he's the Riddler, he's not the Joker, but he's acting like he's the Joker. But through time, I think through time, it just aged well for me. That movie just aged well for me. That I realized the genius that Jim Carrey is, and I just appreciate his role in that movie. Yeah, I think this is gonna be my common issue in this figure. This tends to pop up because of the design choice that they made. So yeah, this easily pops up. So it's not just me because when I was checking the articulation here, I remember just hitting it like that there, just like that, and it fell off. So this is gonna be the design flow of this figure. Anyway, can he do the bandana? And again, this will be on the way. I guess another thing that I don't like about this figure is that this holding hand for the cane, it's actually loose. It's not so tight. So it tends to fall out, to be honest. Okay, now that I'm putting on camera, it's actually not that bad, but yeah, it doesn't hold it too tight. For some size comparison, here he is with Scarecrow. Here he is with Hush Batman. And here he is with Hush Catwoman. Overall, it is not a bad figure, but to be honest, um, I don't think it is really something that I actually really need in my collection because, to be honest, I find this version of Riddler's costume kind of boring. It's not one of the most interesting version. But again, if you're like me who wants to complete the entire Hush series of MAFEX figures, I guess you should just have to be ready to pay a little high price for a figure which I think is it's just really mid. It's actually a very mid figure. Can be an easy pass for anyone who is not a completionist. Anyway, guys, that's my take on this figure. Um, if you like my video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. It really helps a lot on my channel. And as usual, guys, enjoy life and keep collecting.